I used to think money would give me freedom. I was wrong. At first, I didn't need millions. I just needed enough money to stop being afraid of tomorrow. But here's what surprised me. When you're broke, even small problems can control your entire day. I wasn't choosing how to spend my time. My bills were choosing for me. I had to take the job that paid me, live where I could afford, and wait for the bus because missing it meant missing work. Then my phone buzzed. Another bill. Another decision I couldn't afford to postpone. Eventually, I saved my first emergency fund. It wasn't much, but for the first time, I had a little space between me and disaster. That tiny amount bought me something I had never really owned before, a choice. Then my car broke down. A year earlier, this would have destroyed my entire month. This time, I paid for it, took a breath, and went home. That was when I understood that freedom doesn't begin when you're rich. It begins when one unexpected problem stops controlling you. Then I wanted more than survival. I wanted control over my time. Years later, I was no longer broke. I had a better income, a decent home, reliable transportation, and money left after the bills. Life felt completely different. Bills were no longer emergencies. But middle-class freedom has a trap. When your income rises, your lifestyle wants to rise with it. I could afford the payment. I just couldn't afford to let the payment own my future. So instead of upgrading everything, I started putting the difference into assets. And this is where freedom became confusing. I was building wealth, but I was also working harder than ever. I had more money, but sometimes I had less time. That scared me more than being broke ever had. I stopped asking, "How much can I earn?" and started asking, "How much freedom can my money buy?" For the first time, I took a weekday afternoon off without feeling guilty. Meanwhile, the money I had invested kept working while I wasn't. I had reached the middle class, but I was beginning to understand that wealth wasn't about having a bigger paycheck. Then something changed. My assets became large enough that their growth mattered more than my paycheck. Crossing the first million didn't feel like I imagined. There was no magical feeling, just a quiet realization. I had options. The first real test came when I was offered a job I didn't want. For the first time, I could say no without wondering how I'd pay next month's bills. But wealth didn't eliminate problems. It changed which problems mattered. I could handle the problem without selling everything, borrowing money, or losing sleep. That was when I realized something strange. At higher wealth, money starts becoming a tool for buying back time. I could have breakfast without rushing, take my child to school, go for a walk, work because I wanted to, not because I was trapped. At $2 million, the biggest luxury wasn't the house. It was knowing that one bad month couldn't erase my life. At $3 million, I noticed something even more important. I was becoming harder to control. At $4 million, opportunities started coming to me, but I didn't need every one of them. And when my net worth reached around $5 million, I finally understood what I had been chasing all those years. It wasn't the car. It wasn't the house. It wasn't even the number. It was waking up and knowing that my time belonged to me. Sometimes I still remember the person staring at that nearly empty bank account at 2 in the morning. I thought I was trying to become rich. I was really trying to become free, and those are not the same thing.